All right, for today's explainer, we're heading for the clouds in Sri Lanka. See, high up in the central hills, there's this town that feels like it was just plucked from the English countryside and dropped right onto a tropical island. Its name is Nuwara Eliya, and it's a place that's just full of fascinating contradictions.
Yeah, people affectionately call it Little England. And that probably has you wondering, right? How in the world does a slice of England end up in the heart of Sri Lanka? It's an amazing story, and we're going to piece it all together.
So, yeah, that's the big question we're tackling. What forces, both natural and historical, came together to create a town that feels so different from everything else around it? Let's dig in.
Okay, so first things first, let's get our bearings and understand why this place is even a thing. It all comes down to its geography and why it's such a unique, picturesque escape.
And really, the secret to Nuwara Eliya's entire vibe, it all comes down to this one number, 1,868 meters. We're talking over 6,100 feet high. That altitude makes it one of the highest towns in Sri Lanka, and it creates this cool, temperate climate that's just a world away from the heat down at the coast. And because of that altitude, it's always been a refuge. For centuries, it's been this welcome break from the intense tropical heat of Sri Lanka's lowlands. It's a true haven where nature lovers and history buffs can find something really special.
Okay, let's dive into the history here, because you really can't separate Nuwara Eliya from its colonial past or from its most famous export. Its story is, fundamentally, a story about tea.
So, the whole story gets started in the early 1800s. British colonists, looking for a way to beat the heat, set up a hill station here. But the real game changer? That was tea. By the middle of the century, planters figured out this climate was absolutely perfect for growing it. And that transformed Nuwara Eliya from just a simple retreat into the powerful engine of Sri Lanka's entire tea industry, a role it still holds to this day.
So what does all that history look like today? Well, let's take a quick virtual tour of the town itself, where the past feels very much alive. That colonial past isn't just in some stuffy history book. It's literally all around you. You can feel it in the architecture of these grand old places, like the Grand Hotel, or while you're teeing off at one of the oldest golf clubs in all of Asia. Even the fun stuff, like boating on Gregory Lake, or just taking a walk through the Hakala Botanical Garden. It's all steeped in this one-of-a-kind, time capsule atmosphere. But look, as cool as the town is, it's really just the starting point. The real adventure kicks in when you step outside its borders and get into those breathtaking mountains and tea-covered hills that go on for miles. I mean, an explorer's to-do list here is just packed. You could start by exploring the iconic tea plantations, of course. Then you might hike out to a stunning waterfall, like Lover's Leap. And for a truly epic adventure, you can trek through Horton Plains National Park to find World's End, a sheer cliff with one of the most dramatic views you will ever see. So, are you feeling inspired to go? Let's switch gears and get into some practical tips for planning your own escape to Little England.
When it comes to getting there, you've got two main options. You can drive, and the journey up those winding mountain roads is stunning. But the most iconic way to arrive? It has to be the train. The ride from Kandy to the nearby Nanu Oya station is world famous for its incredible scenery, taking you right through the heart of tea country.
Now, timing your visit is absolutely key. The peak season is March through May. The weather's beautiful, the landscapes are super lush, and you might even catch the town's annual flower festival. You'll probably want to avoid the monsoon months, though, so October and November, when heavy rains can kind of put a damper on your outdoor plans.
And finally, just a few quick things to keep in mind. 1. Pack warm clothes. Seriously, that mountain air gets surprisingly chilly. Also, even though it's cool, it's deceptive, so keep drinking water. If you go in April, just be ready for some festive crowds celebrating the New Year. And don't worry about where to stay. You're covered with everything from historic hotels to cozy guest houses. So when you put it all together, Nuwara Eliya isn't just a town. It's this unique fusion. It's where Sri Lanka's stunning natural beauty smashes right into a very specific chapter of colonial history, and the whole thing is tied together by the rich culture of tea. And that leaves us with this one final thought. Nuwara Eliya really shows us what happens when a piece of the past isn't just preserved under glass in a museum, but becomes a living, breathing paradise for a whole new generation. It's a place that's both a relic and a retreat,
inviting all of us to explore its history while we enjoy its timeless beauty.